Life is not a rehearsal. It is the one chance you get to carve your name into existence. And the brutal truth is most people are sleepwalking through it. Every morning they wake up, scroll through nonsense, complain, and wonder why nothing changes. But you're here because deep down you know you're meant for more. You can feel it in your chest, that fire that refuses to die no matter how many times the world tries to drown it. Let me tell you something. Success is not a secret. It's a set of habits repeated every single day until you transform into someone unstoppable. The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards discipline. The difference between who you are today and who you could be tomorrow comes down to small but powerful choices. That's why I'm giving you 3 daily habits that will change your life forever if you truly have the courage to commit. Don't just listen, live it, breathe it, and watch everything around you bend to your will. When the alarm clock goes off in the morning, you are standing at the first battlefield of the day. That single moment when your mind whispers just 5 more minutes is the exact place where dreams are killed or dreams are built. If you hit snooze, you've already surrendered to weakness before the day has even begun. But if you rise immediately, if you plant your feet on the ground with purpose, you've already declared to the universe that you are in control. Discipline is the foundation of everything great, and it begins before the world has even opened its eyes. Most people lose the day before it even starts, not because they are incapable, not because they lack talent, but because they let comfort dictate their actions. Comfort is the silent thief that robs men and women of greatness. Discipline, on the other hand, is the weapon that destroys excuses. The truth is, the world is full of distractions, and they're waiting for you the moment you touch your phone, check your notifications, or scroll aimlessly. Every second you waste on meaningless stimulation is energy stolen from the life you're supposed to build. That's why the morning is sacred. That's why the first hour of your day should belong to you, not to the chaos of the outside world. Before messages flood in, before news tries to poison your mind with fear, before social media fills you with envy and lies, you must claim your time. This is where discipline takes root. What you do in the silence of the morning sets the tone for everything that follows. Imagine 2 versions of yourself. In one version, you wake up, grab your phone, scroll through nonsense, maybe hit snooze twice, maybe drag yourself out of bed without direction, and suddenly half the day has vanished. You're reactive, tired, and unfocused, wondering why nothing ever changes. In the other version, you wake up with purpose. You sit up immediately. You hydrate. You move your body. You speak affirmations of strength to yourself. You write down your mission for the day. You've already stacked victories before the world even wakes up. Who do you think will win in life? It's obvious. Success is not luck. It is structure, repetition, and self-mastery. Starting your day with discipline doesn't just mean waking up early. It means commanding yourself to do what is hard even when no one is watching. It means training your body when your mind says no. It means fueling your system with clean food instead of poisoning it with laziness. It means focusing on a clear task that pushes your life forward before the world has a chance to pull you backward. Every day you delay building discipline, you are feeding weakness. Every day you conquer yourself in the morning, you are feeding power. Do not underestimate the compound effect. A single morning of discipline might feel small, but repeated for weeks, months, and years, it builds a person so unrecognizable that the old version of you would bow down in respect. Champions are not born in arenas, they are built in the quiet hours when nobody is clapping. They are built when you refuse the comfort of bed, when you choose effort over ease, when you decide to sacrifice temporary pleasure for long-term greatness. The man or woman who owns their morning owns their life. And understand this, discipline is freedom. Weak people think discipline is punishment, but they are blind. Discipline sets you free from regret, free from self-hate, free from mediocrity. Discipline gives you the power to say no to temptations, to say yes to your future, to live with confidence instead of shame. It is the sharp edge that cuts through the fog of distraction and reveals who you really are. Without it, you are a prisoner of your impulses. With it, you are the master of your destiny. So ask yourself, are you living as a master or a slave? When that alarm rings tomorrow, will you rise like a warrior ready to conquer, or will you roll over like the masses who trade greatness for 5 more minutes of sleep? Every morning is a test, and you are either passing or failing. No excuses, no middle ground. Either you win the morning or you lose the day. And if you lose the day enough times, you lose your life. You already know what you need to do. Set your alarm. Refuse the snooze. Stand up strong. Breathe in deep. Move your body. Write your mission. Claim your time before the world tries to take it from you. If you can master the discipline of your mornings, everything else in your life will fall in line. The body, the mind, the finances, the relationships, they all bend to the will of someone who owns their mornings with unshakable discipline. So tomorrow, don't wait. Don't negotiate with weakness. Don't betray the future version of yourself who is begging you to act. Rise with fire, move with purpose, and let the first act of your day be a declaration of war against everything that wants to keep you average. The world belongs to the disciplined. Become one of them and watch how your life transforms forever. Your body is the most honest reflection of your mind. Weak body, weak thoughts, strong body, strong spirit. People don't understand this. They think working out is just about muscles or appearance. No. Training your body every single day is about building a fortress around your mind. It's about proving to yourself that you can push through pain, endure discomfort, and break through limits. Every rep, every drop of sweat, every moment when you want to quit but keep going, that is where discipline is forged. That is where your mind hardens into steel. Life will test you. It will throw storms, failures, betrayals, and hardships at you. And if your mind is soft, you will break. But if you train your body daily, you are training yourself to be unshakable when those storms arrive. When you wake up and move your body, you are declaring war against weakness. The weights don't care about your excuses. The run doesn't care about your feelings. The push-ups don't care about how tired you are. Training strips away all lies and leaves you with the truth. Are you strong enough to command yourself, or are you a slave to comfort? And the more you choose strength in the gym, in the run, in the fight, the more you choose strength in life. That is the connection people ignore. The discipline you build under the iron bar or on the pavement bleeds into your business, your relationships, your goals, your ability to lead, and your ability to endure. Every day you train, you're not just sculpting your body, you're sculpting a mentality. You're programming your brain to say, I do hard things, no matter how I feel. And that mentality is priceless because life doesn't care about your feelings either. Life doesn't slow down for your sadness. It doesn't wait for your motivation to come back. It doesn't ask if you're in the mood. Life demands strength. And strength comes from repetition, from sweat, from struggle. If you skip training, you're not just skipping a workout. You're skipping a chance to sharpen your weapon. Because make no mistake, your body and mind are weapons. And in this world, you either sharpen them daily or let them rust. Think about what happens when you push your body past the point of comfort. At first, your mind screams to stop. It tells you the pain is too much. The burn is unbearable. But if you keep going, you discover something extraordinary. Your limits were an illusion. You realize you are capable of so much more than you thought. And every time you break through that illusion, your self-belief grows. You start to carry yourself differently, speak differently, think differently, because you've proven to yourself that you can overcome resistance. That power translates into every part of your life. The person who trains their body daily walks into every situation with confidence because they've already fought the hardest battle, the battle with themselves. Now, understand this clearly. Training isn't optional if you want a strong mind. You can't expect mental resilience if you live in physical weakness. They are tied together. A sharp sword doesn't come from gentle handling. It comes from fire, hammering, and pressure. Your mind is the same. You harden it by putting your body through the grind every single day. People who avoid physical struggle end up running from all struggles. People who embrace physical struggle learn to face all struggles head on. Training becomes a daily rehearsal for life's challenges. And don't tell yourself you don't have time. You have time to scroll. You have time to gossip. You have time to complain. You have time. The truth is, you don't lack time. You lack standards. If you made training non-negotiable, you'd find the time. The ones who say they're too busy are the ones who crumble when life gets hard because they've built no resilience. The ones who make training a priority are the ones who dominate because their mind is forged through daily struggle. Training your body also builds respect for yourself and from others. You cannot fake strength. You cannot fake endurance. You cannot fake discipline. People can see it in the way you walk, the way you carry yourself, the way you approach challenges. When your body is trained, Your presence commands attention because it radiates control and confidence. And more importantly, you respect yourself because deep down, you know you put in the work. That self-respect is priceless. It's the foundation of confidence, and confidence is the foundation of power. So train daily. Not sometimes, not when it's convenient, not when motivation hits. Daily. Run, lift, fight, sweat, push until your body screams, and then push a little further. Because every time you do, you're engraving strength into your mind. Every rep is a reminder that you are not average. Every session is a rejection of weakness. Every drop of sweat is proof that you are building a version of yourself that cannot be broken. The person who trains their body daily becomes unshakable in spirit, unstoppable in action, and unrecognizable to the old self that once settled for less. Tomorrow, when you feel the temptation to skip, remember this. You're not skipping a workout, you're skipping a chance to fortify your mind. And when life hits you hard, and it will, you'll either thank yourself for training or regret that you didn't. Train your body daily, and you will carry a mind of steel into a world built to break the weak. That is how you become unbreakable. Most people drift through life like leaves blown by the wind, no direction, no clarity, no purpose. They wonder why they never achieve anything meaningful, but the answer is simple. Their energy is scattered. They chase one thing today, another thing tomorrow, and end up halfway to nowhere. If you want to change your life, you must cut through the noise and focus on one clear goal with ruthless consistency. One target, one mission, one obsession. That is how greatness is built. The human mind is powerful, but only when it is concentrated like a laser. A laser can cut through steel because all of its energy is directed at a single point. Your life works the same way. If you dilute your focus, you weaken your results. But if you channel everything into one clear outcome, nothing can stop you. The problem with most people is they let the world distract them. They scroll through endless entertainment, consume useless information, jump between ideas, and then complain they aren't successful. Success does not come to the distracted. Success comes to the obsessed. You need to decide what matters most, lock onto it with an unbreakable grip, and refuse to let go until it is done. That means no excuses, no half efforts, no wandering attention. Every decision you make, every action you take, every hour of your day should be measured against one question. Does this bring me closer to my goal? If the answer is no, cut it out, eliminate it. Protect your focus as if your life depends on it, because it does. When you focus on one clear goal, you create momentum. Each day you move a little closer. The progress might feel small at first, but over time it compounds into something unstoppable. Consistency is what turns tiny steps into massive breakthroughs. The person who works on one goal every single day will always outperform the person who chases 10 goals sporadically. Consistency beats talent, it beats luck, it beats timing. Ruthless consistency is the ultimate advantage because it compounds discipline into power. But let me make this clear. Focusing on one goal doesn't mean it will be easy. In fact, it will feel like a battle. You will be tempted by distractions, tested by setbacks, and surrounded by people who don't understand why you're so focused. They will call you obsessed, and that's exactly what you need to be. Obsession is the price of greatness. Nobody remembers the balanced, the casual, the good enough. The world remembers the relentless, the ones who gave everything to one mission until it became reality. If you want extraordinary results, you must be willing to live with extraordinary focus. Think of the most powerful people in history, the ones who changed the game. They weren't dabbling in 100 things at once. They had one mission, one vision, and they gave everything to it. That is why they became immortal in their craft. And you have the same opportunity. Your life can be legendary if you are ruthless enough to cut away distractions and pour every ounce of energy into your chosen mission. The truth is, you don't lack potential. You lack consistency. You don't lack talent. You lack focus. You don't lack opportunity. You lack the patience to stay locked in long enough to win. Consistency isn't glamorous. It's not fireworks or applause. It's waking up every day and putting in the work when no one is watching. It's showing up even when you're tired, bored, or uninspired. It's choosing discipline over comfort again and again. But that's why it works. Because most people quit when it gets boring. Most people need constant excitement, so they abandon their goal the moment it feels routine. The few who endure, the few who embrace consistency even when it's dull, those are the ones who rise to the top. Success isn't about intensity for a week, it's about consistency for years. So lock onto your goal, write it down, burn it into your mind, see it when you wake up, think about it when you go to sleep, and measure your entire life against it. every sacrifice, every decision, every ounce of energy must serve that mission. If you are not willing to give that kind of focus, don't expect extraordinary results. The universe rewards the relentless, not the distracted. You must be ruthless with your time, ruthless with your energy, ruthless with your priorities. Cut off anything that doesn't serve your goal. Friends who waste your time, habits that drain your energy, distractions that pull your focus, all must go. You don't have room for them if you're serious about winning. The truth is your goal demands a version of you that is sharper, stronger, and more disciplined than you are today. The only way to become that version is through ruthless consistency, day after day, no matter what. Because at the end of your life, you will either be someone who talks about what they wanted to do or someone who actually did it. And the difference between the two is focus. If you want to build something that lasts, something that proves you are here, then commit to one goal with all your heart. Stop scattering your energy. Stop being pulled in every direction. Pick your target, lock on, and don't stop until it's done. That's how empires are built. That's how legends are made. And that's how you change your life forever. Negativity is poison, and most people don't even realize they are drinking it every single day. They wake up and immediately fill their minds with fear, gossip, and doubt. They surround themselves with people who complain, criticize, and drag them down. They let toxic voices infiltrate their spirit until they believe weakness is normal. And then they wonder why they feel stuck, drained, and powerless. Let me tell you something. Your energy is the most valuable currency you have. If you waste it on negativity, you will never have the strength to chase your dreams, build your empire, or rise to the level you're meant for. Protecting your energy is not optional. It is survival. Every time you allow negativity into your space, you give away control of your life. Words are powerful. Environments are powerful. People are powerful. If the voices around you are full of doubt, fear, and small-minded thinking, eventually you will start to adopt those beliefs. That's why it is critical to eliminate negativity without hesitation. You must cut it out the way a surgeon removes disease. Decisive, ruthless, and without second guessing. Because if you don't, it spreads. And negativity spreads faster than positivity because it feeds on weakness. Protecting your energy means drawing hard boundaries around who you allow into your mind, your time, and your environment. Look at the people you spend time with. Do they push you forward or do they hold you back? Do they challenge you to rise or do they drown you in complaints? Energy is contagious. If you're around negativity, you absorb it. If you're around power, you absorb that too. Your circle will make or break you. Protecting your energy means being willing to walk away from people who refuse to grow. That doesn't make you heartless. It makes you wise because you cannot carry dead weight and expect to fly. But it's not just about people. It's about everything you consume. What do you watch? What do you listen to? What do you read? If your daily diet is filled with negativity, your mind will reflect it. Protecting your energy means being ruthless with what you allow into your head. Stop drowning in news designed to terrify you. Stop scrolling through feeds designed to make you feel inadequate. Stop entertaining nonsense that has no value. Replace it with strength, books that inspire you, conversations that sharpen you, actions that build you. Your energy flows where your focus goes. Protect it at all costs. Here's the truth. Negativity is comfortable because it demands nothing. It's easy to sit around and complain. It's easy to point fingers and blame the world. That's why so many people are addicted to it. But comfort breeds weakness, and weakness breeds regret. If you want to rise above, you must reject negativity even when it feels easier to give in. Protecting your energy is an act of rebellion against mediocrity. It means refusing to let the world's chaos dictate your mood, refusing to let other people's limitations define your path, refusing to let poison take root in your spirit. And don't confuse protecting your energy with avoiding challenges. Life will test you. Struggle will come. But there is a difference between necessary hardship and unnecessary negativity. Hardship builds you. Negativity destroys you. When you face struggle with a positive, determined energy, you grow stronger. When you drown in negativity, you only get weaker. That's why your inner world matters so much, because it decides whether challenges forge you or break you. Protecting your energy also means protecting the way you speak to yourself. Your own thoughts can be your greatest ally or your greatest enemy. If your self-talk is full of doubt, fear, and self-hate, you are poisoning yourself. You must replace that with strength. Speak to yourself with power. Remind yourself of your discipline, your resilience, your vision. Every day, reinforce your mind with words that fuel you. That is how you create an inner environment of power that no external negativity can penetrate. Your energy is sacred. It fuels your body, your mind, your actions. Without it, you are empty. With it, you are unstoppable. That's why protecting it must be your top priority. Cut out negative people, negative habits, negative thoughts, and guard your mind like a fortress. Surround yourself with those who inspire you. Feed yourself with knowledge that elevates you, and fill your days with actions that move you closer to your mission. Understand this: negativity will always try to find you. The world will always have critics, complainers, doubters, and toxic environments. You cannot control that, but you can control your response. You can control what you allow in. You can control whether you let it infect your energy or whether you stand strong, protect your space, and keep your spirit untouchable. The difference between those who win and those who lose often comes down to this: the winners protect their energy like their life depends on it, because it does. They eliminate negativity the way a warrior eliminates threats, with zero hesitation. They know their energy is the fuel for their vision, and they refuse to waste it on weakness. If you want to rise, you must do the same. Eliminate negativity. Protect your energy. Build an environment of strength around you and within you. Because once you master your energy, nothing can stop you. When the noise of the day fades, when the world grows quiet, and you are left alone with your own thoughts, that is when the truth shows up. Nighttime is not just the end of a day. It is the mirror of your discipline, the reflection of how seriously you live the hours you were given. Most people waste this sacred moment. They collapse into bed, exhausted, numb, or distracted, without asking themselves the most important questions. Did I live with purpose today? Did I take a step closer to my vision? Or did I allow weakness, distraction, and excuses to control me? Reflection at night is where real growth happens, because that's where you confront yourself with honesty that no one else can give you. You cannot lie to the person in the mirror. You can fake it to the world, post illusions online, pretend you're grinding, but when the night comes, your own conscience will expose you. That is why nightly reflection is a weapon. It forces accountability. It forces awareness. It forces you to face the gap between who you are and who you want to be. And once you see that gap clearly, you can close it. But if you refuse to reflect, you drift aimlessly, repeating the same mistakes, never adjusting, never improving, and never breaking free from mediocrity. Reflection doesn't mean beating yourself up or drowning in guilt. It means analyzing with precision. What did I do well today? Where did I fail? Did I keep my discipline or did I betray it? Did I pour my energy into my mission or waste it on distractions? Did I control my emotions or did I let them control me? These questions sharpen your awareness. They transform every day into a lesson, every mistake into data, every victory into momentum. Without reflection, days blend together into years of stagnation. With reflection, every single day becomes a step forward, even if it wasn't perfect. The truth is, success isn't about perfection. It's about adjustments. No one wakes up flawless. No one executes perfectly every single day, but the winners reflect nightly, spot the flaws, and correct them before they grow into chains. They review their progress like a general reviews a battle plan. What worked, what didn't, what must change tomorrow. This mindset keeps them sharp, keeps them intentional, keeps them aligned with their purpose. The ones who refuse to reflect are like blindfolded travelers. They walk endlessly but never arrive anywhere. Nightly reflection also sharpens your purpose. In the chaos of the day, it's easy to forget why you're doing what you're doing. You get caught up in tasks, distractions, and noise. But at night, in silence, you can reconnect with your mission. You can remind yourself of the vision that drives you, the reason you endure the struggle, the future you're building. Purpose is fuel, and reflection reignites it daily. It keeps you from drifting into autopilot. It ensures that every day is not just busy, but meaningful. Practical reflection can be simple yet powerful. Write in a journal, speak into a recorder, sit in silence, and think deeply. But don't skip it. Spend even 10 minutes each night reviewing the day and setting intention for tomorrow. That small ritual compounds into massive clarity. Imagine tracking your progress every night for a year. You would have 365 data points on your own discipline, mindset, and results. That awareness alone would separate you from almost everyone else, because most people go through years without ever truly analyzing themselves. Reflection also builds gratitude. When you review your day, you see not only where you struggled, but also where you succeeded. You acknowledge your wins, no matter how small, and that builds momentum. You begin to appreciate your growth instead of constantly feeling behind. Gratitude strengthens your spirit, reminding you how far you've come while keeping your eyes on how far you can still go. This balance of pride and hunger creates unstoppable drive. But reflection requires courage.